Hola, Brady.
Hola.
Hola, Brady. Aquí el secuencia, I think that's what sequence is in Spanish, de Bernardo Recamán, who is a Colombian, a friend of mine actually. Hello, Bernardo, if you're watching. He is a teacher in Colombia, and he invented the sequence called the Recamán sequence, which has got all the sequence people crazy because it's like really interesting and really fun. So it's really much easier to explain how this works on a number line. Okay, so just say this is 0, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, 7, 12, 13, and we go on. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go in hops. We're going to start at 0, and the first hop is 1, and then the next hop is 2, then the next hop is 3. So each iteration, you add 1 to the hop. Okay, dead easy. And the rule is atrás siempre, always back. But if you can't go back because the number has already been used, then you've got to go forward. We start at 0, so then we add 1. We hop 1, 1. We've got to go 2. Oh, we've got to go backwards. Can't go backwards, so you've got to go forwards. 2. 3. Can we go backwards? 1, 2, 3. No, can't do that.
Yeah.
So we've got to go forwards. 1, 2, 3. So we've got to go to here. Now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can. So we can go back there. What about 5? We can't go back. So we have to go there. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can go there. 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, can't do that. So we've got to go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you can see how this is going to go. We're kind of going to do these little weave in and out. The question is, which is of interest and no one knows, is every number accounted for? So will this ultimately get in every number? And it's been tested up to like some really high number, but testing it's not the same as proving it. It's assumed that this will be the case. Yeah.
Cool.
The thing is, because you've got to go back, so you're going back and you're kind of clearing up for yourself. Now, what's interesting about this is because it's very, very simple. You're just jumping backwards, but if you can't, you go forward. And you get this, it's not chaotic, but it's ordered for a bit, then it is a little bit, not all over the place, then it gets ordered again. And this is easier to see, rather than just looking at numbers, visually and hourly, i.e. with your eyes or with your ears. Edmund Harris, the mathematical artist who I work with a lot, has done this gorgeous representation. And to me, this looks like, in the 1950s and 60s, you would get these artists doing things that looked a bit like this. Kind of a bit geometrical, but also you've got something a bit human in also.
It looks like it should be a wallpaper in Mad Men.
Yeah, definitely, it totally could. Because you've got that mixture of something which is just a circle. You could get more simple than that, and it's got circles of different sizes and they all fit in together nicely. But when you look in, there's like a bit of mess, and how are they joining? There's a bit of chaos. It's standardly beautiful, but with a little bit of the unknown. In fact, if you saw here, this bit here, where it starts off with the Loch Ness Monster and then doubles back and goes on, you've got that there. So the actual number line is the diagonal along here. Well, what he's done, wherever you're joined, you actually have a proper semicircle. Whereas I've just done it with a sort of, I don't know what this is, just a kind of human sort of grasping at a circle. Whereas when you do it, and obviously if it's a semicircle, the radius is getting bigger, so the bigger the size, the higher it's going to be. It's kind of getting bigger, but then it gets smaller again, but then it gets bigger, and then it's getting smaller again.
Where does it end? It jumps out here, but it ends over here somewhere.
Yeah, no, so we've got the end there. That would be because there, you can't go back, and so you'd have to go on here, and it's to keep it nice within the page. Looks like about 100 there, doesn't it? I'll give a free book to whoever wants to tell me exactly where it ends. I'll give them a free book.
But they've got to buy the book to figure out where it ends.
No, they don't even need to buy the book. They can make a screen grab of this.
All right.
But the thing is, you actually want to have 2 of these books because you want one to colour in and like ruin and make your own, and you want to have one which is the perfect image.
By the way, I think Alex means he'll give a free book to the first person, not every person who does it. You've given out 300,000 books.
Yeah. I first heard about the Recamán sequence from Neil Sloan, and Neil Sloan is the guy who invented, who founded, who kind of runs the online encyclopedia of integer sequences, and there are, I think, about 300,000 now different sequences. And I said, can you give me some example of sequences that you really liked? And one of the very first ones that he said was the Recamán sequence. And I said, why is that? They said, because it has this interesting clash between order and chaos. And actually the best way to discover that is to listen to it. And on the online encyclopedia, there is, on each sequence, well, most of the sequences, or the ones that I've looked at, there is a button which press listen to. And if you want to listen to it, you press it. So what it's going to do is that, imagine on the number line, here, we've got the numbers. Imagine if this was a scale. So that was the bottom of the scale, and then you go up. Each one is a semitone going up, bum, 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 bum. And you've got a sequence of, I think it's 6 octaves, which is the kind of what most pianos might have. What you would do is that you would imagine that the first sort of 6th octaveness, or that's 6, 7, 8, 48 numbers, are these ones going up, and then the next 48 go back to the bottom. So what you do is that you are playing the sequence as if it is a piece of music. Every number of the sequence comes exactly one next. It's not syncopated. It's like bang, 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 bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the world's most boring sequence. Just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you're going to get is the scale. Do, 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 do. When you get to the top, do, 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 it's going to go to the bottom again. Then carry on going up. Really boring. If you're going to do the sequence which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, that's going to be da, na, 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 na. This interesting sequence and how it sounds, and then we're going to think, well, why is that interesting? And I have it prepared here.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to listen.
I've just downloaded it. It sounds like someone is playing it. And you've got lots of things going on. You can see at the same time it's going up, but then it's going down. Then there's a bit that feels kind of like ordered, we know where it's going. Then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, and it's all a bit discordant. I don't know whether it's going up or whether it's going down, and it's, you know, it gives you the chills.
What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of like a horror movie, or of something that, you know, maybe someone's going into a room, they don't know they've got to get there, they've got to find something, and you're supposed to be feeling nervous and tense, and you'd be listening to that. There is something that feels there's a human hand behind it, but there is no human hand. We've got this incredibly simple rule, which is just back, but if you can't go back, go forward. And also, obviously the distances between the numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, there's a little twiddle there. Where did that come from?
Now, if you're anything like me, this video is going to have sparked even more questions in your mind. And if that's the kind of person you are, maybe you should check out today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a site full of quizzes and puzzles and courses, all sorts of things that are going to make you smarter, change the way you think, change the way you attack problems. And everything on Brilliant is guided by 8 principles. You can see them here, and there at number 8, last but definitely not least, sparks questions. It says the culmination of a great education isn't knowing all the answers, it's knowing what to ask. And I don't think there's anything truer than that. If you'd like to go and check out Brilliant, I really recommend it. I especially like their kind of puzzle of the week. What have we got this week? There's basic, intermediate, and advanced. The basic one this week's really fun. It involves this rotating rod and light being flashed on it. I recommend going and having a look. Now, if you go to brilliant.org/numberphile, you can sign up with Brilliant and get 20% off a premium membership. That means you get access to all the good stuff, 20% off. But just a reminder, you can go to Brilliant and look at lots of stuff for free, including the problem of the week. So definitely go and check them out. And then I'd recommend going for the premium membership so you get all the goodies. Brilliant.org/numberphile. Our thanks to them for supporting this video.